For today's video, I'm excited because I'm going to do a matcha tasting session in Makati at a place called Ito Space. The space was designed by renowned architect Keiji Ajizawa. There are two ways to prepare matcha.
To create like that foam.
Have you ever tried like putting lavender on the matcha?
Punctuality is the best. Our session cost around 850 pesos. Was it worth it? Watch and find out. I kinda got lost looking for it, but no biggie, I like walking. The place feels kind of a hidden speakeasy bar because you really have to look for it. The place doesn't have any signs outside. And if you check their Instagram page, it doesn't give much. The place can also feel a bit intimidating and exclusive, like, if you know, you know. And reservations only. Treasure hunt yan. Isipin mo na lang yung reservation, parang nagpa-appointment ka sa dentist mo. And just like your dentist, friendly naman sila dun and they'll really cater to you, hence the reservation. I don't mind the reservation because it really feels like an experience, like you have something to attend to and to look forward to. What I do mind though is they don't have a waiting area outside. I was early for my tasting session, given that punctuality is the best. I had to wait outside. However, they gave us a mocktail, which was also included in their evening tasting session, to drink outside while waiting for our session to begin. And thank God it was good. Or I would have been totally pissed. It was actually really good and kind of set the tone of what I was to expect for a session. Like, if this was good, then give me more. The place looks really aesthetic, and apparently, the space was designed by renowned architect Keiji Ajizawa, who designed for Blue Bottle Cafe in Japan and Ishinomaki Lab fame. There were only 4 people who were doing the tasting session, including us. The other pair was doing a coffee session.
It's giving, I just came from that. She a Perry girl.
Our session cost around 850 pesos. Was it worth it? Watch and find out.
The first would be sucha, or how matcha is traditionally brewed on its own, just with water. Second would be a matcha soda, and then we'll end it with ice cream with the sucha as well. A different kind of soda, and then afterwards we serve the ice cream as kind of like a matcha and matcha affogato.
Sorry.
It's called the Chino Tsuyu. We source this from the farm that we work with from Yemen. So they have a special process there where it's there's a unique region wherein they plant acidity first before they age it. So matcha is normally aged for a few months. They harvest it during the spring, like so end of March to early April. And then usually the harvest for the year comes out around like October onwards. So they pan fire it just for a few seconds. Because of that, it makes the matcha more nutty and chocolate.
It smells very earthy. Yeah.
What's that? So this is higashi. It's like a traditional confectionery that they often have with matcha in Japan. It's kind of like a candy. So later, after taking one sip of your matcha, you can place this on your tongue directly. Sip the matcha slowly afterwards. It's gonna melt in the salt on its own.
Okay. Is it like salty, sweet?
It's sweet, so it's made with basongbon sugar, which is the sugar that they use for their tea sweets. It's kind of like a very delicate powdered sugar.
There are 2 ways to prepare matcha. One is the ususha, thin tea, and the other is the koisha, thick tea. The chasen, or the bamboo whisk, is a key tea tool that is required to make delicious matcha.
Wait just for a few seconds.
I'll wait for you.
Yay.
Stay together. Clingy.
The first drink of the session is kind of a traditional way of drinking matcha, purely on its own, mixed with specific ounces of water and served in a matcha jawan bowl or any type of bowl. The guests are to inspect the powdered and such. For the first drink, the matcha was not bitter. It tasted really good on its own and very earthy. I mean, if the matcha wasn't good on its own and was not prepared correctly, then what to expect for the next round, right? Or the other perspective of how are they going to salvage it for the next round.
Cortado or with a mixer. So it's kind of like our first espresso tonic. We grind with a fermented soda we made. So the soda for this one is that's like star seed, but like cola. And also chicken rainbow. Yes.
Bitter, sweet, sensation. Okay. Have you guys tried, have you ever tried like putting lavender on the matcha?
No, not yet.
I would try it, it tastes so good. But I've heard that lavender, like the flower, it's not really edible or anything. I don't know
Yeah,
what
I
makes of a
think-
lavender flavor.
You infuse it. We made.
Tastes so good.
I've never tried
And then
that.
it smells good. Yeah.
Where did you try it?
In Rizal. And then we drove to Tanay just to like go to that Japanese restaurant. And then our house on the second floor. And then sa baba, may cafe. And then there was a variety of matcha drinks.
For the second drink, as mentioned earlier, there are two ways to prepare matcha. The first drink is ususha, and for the second drink, it's koisha. It would also require a different bamboo whisk, which for koisha, it should have about 80 bristles.
Of course, this is our matcha soda. This is made with the same matcha you had earlier, Hoshimatsuyu, but we brewed it as koicha. So it's kind of like a thicker paste compared to the one you had earlier, which is
Okay.
like a lot more frothy.
Gets.
So we actually use like two different whisks. This is the one I used earlier. So it's like the tines are thinner, and then this is the one I used for the one for this course. So we topped
I
it
have a
off.
question. In terms of like how a matcha tastes, is frothing it or making it into a paste have any difference?
Yeah, so usually it affects it because of like the ratios of water. So for the one earlier, our normal ratio is around 1:45. So 1 gram of matcha is to 45 grams of water. And then for this one, it's typically around 1:10, sometimes even less. So it's a lot richer. Yeah, so you can really taste like the matcha if you drink it as koicha, but it's like obviously a lot more bitter. The other one, I think the frothing it, if you manage to create like that foam, it turns out a bit sweeter.
Okay.
more concentrated.
Parang feeling ko naka-juice. Naka-juice yung vegetable.
Maybe celery juice.
For the second drink, it felt like a celery drink or a healthy juice. I mean, I'm not mad with it, but since it's a bit bitter, I would have liked it to have more of a kick or an additional sweetness to it. I recommended it to them using lavender syrup earlier, which they also haven't heard of. So if you ever see lavender syrup in one of those tasting sessions, you heard it here first. Char. Or a cherry blossom syrup, that would have made a kick. That would have suckered out the out of me for being so damn good. The cookie tasted like banana bread. It was okay. It was moist. The spread was unique. Butter-like, coconut-like. I'd totally buy a tub if it were sale.
Matcha ice cream. We make it in-house. We use the same matcha you've been having throughout the course. That's the main base for the matcha as well. And then on top, we just dusted it with a bit more matcha for good measure and added a bit of sobacha, which is roasted buckwheat seeds.
Oh my god. He's a young.
The matcha ice cream was so good. Chef's kiss. Bravo. Super creamy. I also love the fact that they sprinkled matcha on top of it. The dried buckwheat noodle tasted like guinea pig.
Do you guys drink coffee as well?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
More matcha or not really?
I think same amount of coffee, but I got into matcha because of age and acidity.
Overall, I love talking over anything yummy and trying out new food and drinks. The price point was 850 pesos, and if you divide the 4 items that we had, price point would be 212 pesos for each. Not bad actually. It's as if it's the same price at Wildflower or same if you order out or a bit the same price at other high-end restaurants. And well, given that everything was explained and the matcha was prepared nicely, for me, it's worth it. But price it at 1,000 and above, I would think it's a bit hefty already. So, try it guys. Until next time, life is but a dream.
Like parang, di ba, circle. And then,
Pag ganyan na siya.
and then parang pag iba-blow, mag-mold na siya.
Yeah. May shaper.
Yeah.